I love this story because it reminds me of my childhood, and I think we all like to look back and rekindle things we did when we were kids. The setting is a dock in Key Largo. My family had just moved there, and the first time I stepped out on the dock, I saw swim by this school of fish called snappers, and I started catching them and learning how to catch them. And they were small fish, but every now and then I'd see a really big one swim by. I developed a dream of one day catching one of these really big snapper. No one on the canal had caught one of the big ones, no one that I had talked to. The guy across the canal is trying to convince me, you'll never catch one of them. How do you think they got that big? Well, I still hear that today. Me as a little kid, with a twisted head that I've got, what I'm thinking is if it's this big and they're that smart, I'm this big. I must be smarter. So I started thinking, all right, this didn't work, that didn't work, I'll try this, I'll try that. I can remember thinking if I can see them, maybe they can see me. So I've got a potted plant out on the dock, and I'm hiding behind the plant trying to watch what's going on, thinking, all right, this will block their view, I got them now. What I ended up doing, because this isn't about fishing, by the way, what I ended up doing was I would throw some baits in the water and I would observe their behavior. And I realized that when there was a big piece, the little ones would take it, but the bigger one would go and take it away from him as he was making his escape. So I put a hook in one that was a big piece, threw a handful in the water, and sure enough, the little one grabs it, goes to take off, the big one took it away from him. I got him on the string. Up on the dock goes this big 3 or 4 pound mangrove snapper. I'm bouncing around like I just met, Mickey Mouse himself. And the guy across the canal, he said it, you got lucky. And it was the first time in my life that someone just took my balloon and just sucked the air out of it. And I was just irritated. I had worked so hard for this. How could you say that? It wasn't days or weeks. I think it was months that it took me to try and catch one of those big ones. No one on the canal did it. I'm 11 or 12 years old and I did it. And it wasn't luck, darn it. I went through this troubleshooting process. I tried this and I tried that. And I started to realize, and of course later in life, you just got to get past the point. You're going to have people that want to suck the air out of your balloon, and you're going to have people that want to breathe air into it. Who you associate with is your choice. Like I said, this isn't about fishing. This is a story that I remember well, and I want to communicate it to anyone that wants to understand it, that if you're working on something and you can't get it to work, keep trying something different. If it's worth doing, which that was, because accomplishment makes you feel good, it leads to other accomplishments. If you're working on something you can't quite figure out how to do it, keep doing it. Maybe consult with someone that knows more about it than you do, or just brainstorm some ideas with some other creative people. Whatever it is that you want to do, you'll probably be able to find a way if you consistently keep trying.